Brian, we really saw a dramatic closing by the defense team here.
Yeah, so this is the final step we're seeing here before they'll start deliberations where they choose the alternate jurors. Essentially, several of them will be dismissed. They were just there in case, someone got sick or if someone had to leave throughout the trial, which didn't happen. And then deliberations will officially start, which I think is probably what the judge is going to say right about now, which it's now roughly 12:30. So we'll see how long all of this is going to take after really a dramatic morning, Nichole, of closing arguments from both the defense and the state. The defense started first, which was interesting. That doesn't happen in most states, but Massachusetts is different. Defense essentially saying that Lindsay Clancy was in a psychosis, that she was not in her right mind at the time of the murders, that they were not premeditated, that they were not planned, that she did not purposely do it when her husband, Patrick, went out to the CVS and went out to get food, and that essentially she should be found not guilty. Then the prosecution had their turn. Prosecution went much longer than the defense, laying out all of the reasons that they believe that this was planned and premeditated, that she was a good mother, but that they said she still had mental illness, but that doesn't excuse the fact that she killed her 3 kids, and that there was planning involved, that she purposely did it. She sent her husband away to go run those errands. She timed it out, and they went into really just gruesome detail about how long it took for each child to die and why she methodically killed each child the way that she did using the exercise bands. I want to play you, though, going back to the defense again. They were the ones to start. With Kevin Reddington, the defense attorney, there was this dramatic moment throughout the closing where he would use a quarter and slam it down on the table to make points when he said that he was trying to disprove several of the prosecution theories. Take a look at this.
Think about this beautiful young girl throwing herself out a window. That's a quarter. I don't know if you ever played pool. I challenge you to tell this jury why we spent a week showing that she committed as your witness.
Counsel, address the jury, please.
So that was kind of a dramatic moment there, Nichole, where Kevin Reddington was getting very, very passionate. The prosecution really laying out, that Lindsay Clancy had the resources, that she could have gotten more help if she wanted to, that she wasn't just this lonely mom with no help, that she had a nanny, that the kids went to preschool, that she even had someone helping with meal prep, and that she could have found the resources she needed instead of ultimately killing her own kids. Listen to this.
Between September and December of 2022, she's interacting with friends, with family, teachers, gym staff, the nanny, people at gymnastics, interacting with them in public spaces, in public ways, driving her kids around, all throughout that time, able to know the difference between right and wrong, able to conform her behavior to the law and to the requirements of society, and interacting with others and presenting herself as a functioning adult, a functioning mom.
So by all indications, Nichole, this is going to be a difficult deliberation. This is a trial that has gone on for weeks and weeks, and now it is about to go out to the jury. How long will this take? We don't know at this point. Could they have a decision quickly? Could it come soon today? Possible. Could it come tomorrow? Could it come next week? We just don't know. The charges, though, I want to point out that they are considering first-degree murder, second-degree murder, manslaughter, which is something that was just added in last night by the judge, which is an interesting twist. So that's something that they could choose, or, which the defense would obviously prefer, not guilty by reason of lack of criminal responsibility. And remember, Nichole, and the judge explained this, and it's confusing, but here in Massachusetts, in the way that this trial is set up, the prosecution has the burden of proof. The prosecution had to prove that Lindsay Clancy was not in a psychosis mental state and out of her mind at the time that she killed her children. So that is what the jury has to consider here, Nichole.
Yeah, so much to consider. All right, Brian Entin live for us there outside of the courthouse. Brian, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.